Thank you for staying with us. This is still the Rundown, and joining us is an author and a journalist, Tofarati Ige. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing very great.
Super excited to have
yeah, clock it.
I guess I'll do some energy. Really?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Our pleasure. We are so honored to have you here with us in the studio.
Yeah.
How are you doing this morning? And also, I don't want to believe that you're not also affected with this hike in fuel prices. How did you get here? Let's start from there.
It's crazy because the hike in fuel prices is affecting everyone. Just yesterday, coincidentally, I had to bring out biro and paper to start calculating. Yes, because I know that I buy fuel at this amount, and I'm like, okay, this fuel is finishing fast, but it's not actually finishing fast. It's because the quantity, the volume has reduced drastically. So I'm like, who's going to pay for this? My income is not increasing. Nobody's giving me any special allowance because of no subsidy. Who's going to? I was just asking myself, who's going to pay for this? Or whose account is this going to? So, it's crazy.
So before we continue, I'm always here for the viewers.
Yes.
Please tell us, do you think this our president's visit to the UK, how is it going to benefit us? Is it going to give us a free UK? What do people want? Is it free UK visa or what? Because Williams is here defending the president.
Free UK visa, please. You know you do. Mr. President, don't come back without doing that, okay?
So still talking about attacks. It's not only Nigeria that is feeling the heat.
Of course.
Iran is still feeling the heat actively, and this is the 21st day since the war started.
Yes.
You understand? And Iran is saying, they are not backing them because they didn't start the war, and I don't blame them. Yeah. They did not start the war, so why are you telling them to back down?
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But let me throw it to our guest here. So, what do you think?
Okay, so I think I'm going to start from where you have a very good point, because in this particular situation, Iran is not the aggressor.
Yeah.
The US and Israel brought this attack to their doorstep.
Yeah.
And the Yorubas, like, let me I can see that you like sayings a lot. I also like sayings a lot. The others will say you cannot beat a child and tell it how to cry. So it's just like you're beating them and you're telling them how not to react to this. Because if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty of it, even when you say that they have an imminent capacity to develop a nuclear weapon. Meanwhile, you told us just in June last year that you had obliterated their nuclear facility. Yes. So what are you going to do? You want to re-obliterate it again, or what? Meanwhile, these parties were on the negotiating table when you took when you made the first attack. So it's just a very complex and complicated and sad situation.
And see where it has brought us.
Really?
So that is part of what is affecting our fuel prices.
Yes.
Because even I know that they said Dangote is going to start serving us fuel
at 85%.
So is that happening?
That's what government. It will take some time, really.
Oh, it always takes some time.
Yes.
With government, it always takes ages.
You see, the thing is this.
Yeah.
Dangote needs about 13 cargo each time to be able to refine.
Is that per day or?
I can't say it's per day. For a session, it's about 360,000 capacity. To meet that capacity, it needs about 13. But Nigeria can only supply 5.
And which is minute.
Yes, so he has to import.
Yes, to stay afloat.
So he has to import to stay afloat. But the government, Tinubu has already given instruction that he should be giving more crude, and which I think is a win-win for Dangote and government at this time. How they will implement it. Why? The government cannot export crude. You cannot afford to risk your tank on that Gulf. You can't afford it. They will blow it up. If they blow it up, you lose money. So why take that risk when you can easily give it to Dangote to refine and give Nigerians and collect your naira? You still make money. Dangote makes money. So instead of Dangote importing, he relies on what we have. Government also relies on indigenous company to generate money. And that's the way to go. But the problem is, the way Nigeria runs for 3 years ahead of time. So if there's no plan to increase capacity in terms of what you are mining per day, Dangote will not still be fed. because you have sold all of those other ones that you are supposed to channel to him. So all you need to do is make sure that the Niger Delta area where your crude is coming from is at peace. If anything happens in Niger Delta now, it's trouble.
We are crying now. We will
but I think in the next few, it's just a sign to us to sit up. That's what I think. It's a sign. It usually takes time. Bureaucracy is always there. We can't rule it out from government activities. Files will move from table to table. People are looking for who to lobby, give money, and all of that. Before you know it, it takes a lot of time.
And I think this is long overdue. Like I always say, we should stop being reactive. I don't know. I'm just a very big, advocate for plan before something hits you, because you never. Okay, this is what we are experiencing right now. We don't know what's going to happen next.
And that's
it
how
could be world war.
That's how a human should function. That's how a human should function. If you want to build a house, what do? You first of all sit down and calculate the cost.
Yes.
And plan ahead.
So, another thing I want to ask is, so now that the Iran foreign minister is saying that they're not backing down, so which means, in fact, this can go on for like another 1 month, 2 months, because
projection,
because they are ready to jigger it with them. So what should we Nigerians do?
Is there a way
how can we plan ourselves? So let's leave the government out of it now, because obviously if you wait on the government is really not going to do anything.
They're not ready.
So how can the masses, what can we do about it? How can we plan ourselves? Okay, this is what is happening in the world now, but then the government is really not looking at us. They are leaving us to our feet. So what can we do?
Also, to buttress what she's saying, you remember during the COVID-19, everybody had to just go into survival mode, and they were like devising different from. I wish there was a platform whereby you can actually sit down and get educated about these things. A lot of people even made money from it, millions of naira from selling nose masks.
Yeah,
they will just go to the front of the bank and they are selling nose masks of 100 naira for 500 or 1,000 naira. I remember I bought it at UBA then for 1,000 naira. So honestly, I think that question is really sacrosanct. We need to know, what do you think Nigeria should do to stay afloat?
Okay, so unfortunately, in this kind of situation, you cannot totally take the government out of it. That's why the government is very important in situations like this. This is an extraordinary circumstance. And if you look at what has been happening in the world, governments, responsible governments and responsive governments have been taking extraordinary measures to safeguard their people. The US and Europe, they've released an extraordinary amount of reserve of oil for their people to cushion the effect. And even the US has placed a lot of sanctions on Russia. They had to lift those sanctions so that their people, so that it will not affect their people. Even Iran, the US had to lift sanctions on the same Iran that they are fighting, so that our people should be okay, because that is the priority of the government, for the people to be able to survive on their own. But also from what you said, because it's also important to be pragmatic. I know that we are in Nigeria a lot of the times, and the reason what makes us Nigerians most times is because we are on our own. We tend to do things on our own. So I think the advice that I would give to people, the logical advice is that we need to also find alternatives to fuel, to oil and stuff like that. And so, except from the issue of okay, now because with vehicular movements and all that, we have CNG and all. If those adoptions can go on, people use CNG and alternatives. And also because I don't know why these things like this happen in Nigeria. When you have cases of poor petrol, stuff like this, that is when our PHCL will now decide that they won't give us lights.
And that's even the worst.
So, but now in cases like this, what we just need to do is we need to be self-reliant. Let's look for if you can afford solar powered, and nowadays we have solar powered fans, solar powered bulbs, solar powered. So if you cannot afford inverter, you can get a solar powered fan or solar powered light for your family, so that if NEPA decides to do that, if PHCN decides to do that thing, or the discos decide to do that thing in the middle of the night, your family will not suffer, and because there's a heat wave going on.
So
that's
I'm expecting to bring fan.
This one is for the sun.
Really, because honestly, I kind of agree with you. We should, as a people in this country, we've been here for long now.
We are our own government.
We've been here for long. The power is in our hands, right? Because all they care about right now is campaign ahead of 2027, and it's really